hello. Welcome back. This is Let's Talk It Out.
Take three.
We love to talk, and we are back.
Oh my God, yes. I was thinking that we were doing it, and guys, you don't know what's going on behind the scene. You never know. Like creepy, crazy, sloppy things that are
Sloppy.
that are happening. Strange countdowns. Anyway, as you can see, we're here with a beautiful guest that Lisa, after, is going to introduce for us all.
Not asshole.
And again, there is something behind that we said, but we won't say that again. But before that, we would like to thank our fantastic sponsor, Nettoyage Diamant. Like this Anthony Paterno, thank you so much, because literally this company can clean everything you have to clean.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, industrial, residential, commercial, your house, your cat. They can literally, I don't know, but they can literally take care of everything. If you have a party you want to clean after, if you want to clean before the party, if you have a wedding, like literally, they can do whatever you want. So please contact them, and I'm gonna give you their number, and it's 514-686-1581. So Anthony Paterno, Nettoyage Diamant. So for any of your needs. That said, I leave the word, the talk, lascio la parola. To Lisa.
Yes, because Lisa loves paroles.
Parole.
Oh my God.
So I'm actually very, very pleased tonight to introduce our next guest. And she's actually somebody that I know. And I'm excited. It's like I don't know many people. I do know people. And I'm very happy to introduce our next guest, Elyse Malo.
Hi.
How are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm so glad you're here.
I'm so glad to be here.
I saw you and I'm like, oh, it's you.
I know, it's been a while.
Yeah,
but
it's been
I'm
a
glad
while.
to be here.
Not that long, though, Elyse.
Not that long.
A couple of years.
How long?
Not long.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we worked on a movie together.
I think it was a play,
Or a play.
but yeah,
It wasn't that far off.
Do you guys remember with dinosaurs? So we're kind of like around.
Okay, not that long.
Not that long. I was gonna say moo.
But, you know,
That's not a
you know.
dinosaur.
Like around, like yeah, and then there was,
It was
an
a play.
asteroid, so it actually arrived.
I don't remember which play.
That's how important it was.
I know, but it was a play more than 5 years ago.
That's okay. It was
Yeah.
6 years ago.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Sure.
It was 5 years and 5 months.
There you go.
6 years is not that much.
It really isn't. We're not old.
No.
No, at all.
No.
I can't help I look good at 25. Don't say a word, Donnie.
It's only 3 years that you can drink 4 years or so.
There you go.
I agree. Anywho, so Elyse is actually a set designer and costume designer. And I'm really excited because I want to know what makes you tick, Elyse, when you are on set. Oh, and we have to also mention that Elyse does television and film. Oh, tell me to look
And
there.
theater.
Sorry, I had to look at that camera. Sorry about that. On my own camera. So actually, Elyse does a set design in film and television, as well as costume design. So we're going to have a lot to talk about because I find that so interesting.
Yeah.
So let's talk it out. Let's get started. Yeah, I'm excited. And the first question I have is for you, what types of productions have you designed costumes for? Now, the type of production, not just necessarily TV and film, but the type. Was it? Yeah.
So I actually started my career in theater, and I did that for a long. I studied in theater. I did theater for quite a while, and I did mostly musicals, which is super fun. I love music. I love music. I love musicals, but it's definitely its own world. Everything is super theatrical and colorful and odd. But no, it's just musicals. Like it's not reality.
Okay.
So you're in another space, which is a lot of fun, and I find it super creative. But then slowly I started doing more television and films as well. But it wasn't until the last 2 years that I've pretty much only worked in television and film because of, world crisis and such. But then in television, I actually do a lot more modern day work. I work on the Québécois side.
Oh,
So I
okay.
do a lot of French television. And most of the projects that I've had the chance to do is just like contemporary stuff. Or children's work, which
Oh,
is
really?
my favorite thing.
Really?
Because
That's
again, it's like, you could be super theatrical, you could be very colorful,
Yeah,
and
that's
it's, yeah. So I really enjoy doing that.
Oh my God, that's awesome. And so the vision that you have, like when you're on a set and you have or not even on a set, this is pre-production. This is actually that you're coming across with your idea and what you're going to do. So you more or less know what the film is. You have the script. So you know more or less, the director tells you, okay, this is what we're doing, this is the script, and you are in charge of the costume design, let's say, for that particular moment. How do you approach it?
How do I approach it?
I don't know, I draw a lot of hats.
I mean, I guess it's a big process, but with the script, like upon reading it the first time, I usually just, I really enjoy taking the time and analyzing, depending if I'm doing costumes or set, like analyzing the script. I guess the way you would in like a language arts class or whatever, but really just like reading into between the lines, like who the people are, why they are the way they are, why is it set in this place, and what are the feelings of the space. Because then you could really start to piece together what it's going to look like, which is always fun. And like I'm very much a dreamer. I'm always like daydreaming in my head, so I really enjoy that.
You too, huh?
Yeah. So I really enjoy the creative part. Like before anything starts, just the like imagination that that you begin with. So.
Oh my God, it's fun.
So from your answers, what I could guess is just like if you have to choose between theater, film, television, you might probably go toward theater more.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the project, honestly, because like I think that some films can have that more creative side and theatrical side, but yes, there is like a part of me that's just very like daydream, creative, like bring me into that space, which unfortunately modern day television doesn't really allow for. That's why I like kids television. So.
And I have another question, because it's very interesting that you are both a costume designer but also a set designer. So what are the challenges, for example, for the set designing? Because I believe there's still the script, and they tell you like what they want, the atmosphere, the stuff, but it's also, I believe, you do like location scouting, these kind of things. Like, so what are the main difficulties that you usually encounter in set designing? And
For sure. I mean, so you could either shoot in a studio or on location. I think in a studio is probably a lot easier. I always find it a lot easier because everything's in one spot. You bring everything in, you build it from scratch. It's all there for you. But on location, you're in a different world every day. You're in a new spot every day, which can definitely be challenging. But like you said, you do location scouting ahead of time. It's part of the pre-production. It's part of the planning. And you usually have a group of people with you. Like, obviously it varies depending on the size of the project and whatever, but you usually have a core team of people with you to kind of help you along. But I just finished like filming a thing this summer that it was all on location. I was doing props for it, so a little scaled down compared to set, but still we were in a new space, sometimes 3 spaces a day, like, which is a lot. So I have a van, all my stuff is in it, but I have to like basically pack up an entire shop in my van because I need to be ready for every possible situation. You don't necessarily know what you're getting into, and yeah, you're just, it's a lot of problem solving, like in the moment. You have to be good at that.
Oh, you have to be quick on your feet.
Oh, yes.
Holy God. So, I don't know, me these days, I wouldn't be good at set design. But in terms of a director giving you a sort of his or her vision, how they foresee or how they project a certain scene or a certain location to look for the production, let's say. So how can you ensure that you're meeting that vision?
Ooh, well, I think like most arts, like it could be very collaborative, and I enjoy working with other people and working very collaboratively. So I think communication is just key. We have all those pre-production meetings and stuff, and you really need to make sure you have a good dialogue with your director to bring his vision to life, or at least be on the same path. And Yeah, I think communication is the way to do it.
Have you ever had a director where it was just a little touchy or?
I'm a very like easygoing person, so I'm good at adapting to different personalities. Definitely you will meet some personalities that are harder to work with. But what's fun, like I have been doing this for 8 or 9 years now. So you end up meeting a lot of people that you like to work with, and then those are the people that you try to stick with, right? So there's some directors that I've worked with multiple times because we work so well together creatively. We're always on the same page, and it's a nice atmosphere. And I think once you find those people, you don't want to let them go, you know?
Oh, awesome. That's it. You end up like a solid team, which is, I think it's important because when you feed off each other, especially when you're on a set, right? You have to know what you're doing. But in terms of, let's say, for example, you're doing a costume. Take us through a day by day. You have your script. Let's say you're doing a child's production again. So take us on a little journey as to how it is you choose colors, style, fit. What is it?
Just a quick question. You sew, no?
I sew, yeah.
Yeah, so I never know how to pronounce it.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
Yeah, yes, I do.
Oh
Yes,
my
I
God, you
sew.
sew? That's awesome.
Yes, I do. I sew.
So what is it? How is it that you bring, let's say, a garment to life, but you would have to know who the actor is first.
Of course. So you read the script, you have multiple meetings with the director, then you fall into the research phase.
Yeah.
So you end up, whether it's looking online or looking at books or even looking at other films and television, anything that, inspires the situation. Then, depending on the project, I usually have some sort of stock I could borrow from and pull from. So I try to collect items that already exist because unfortunately you don't have the time or money to make everything from scratch. And then from that, I usually I'll create mood boards or even sketches, and then you fall back into meetings with the director, whatever. But once all that is established, then you either go shopping, you go to rental houses. We have multiple rental houses here in Montreal that you could have access to, or start sewing. And then you just gotta bring it to life.
Oh my God.
And you do the fitting too, no? After
So once all the costumes are ready or almost ready to go, you start doing the fittings. Do all those alterations, more sewing, fixing, whatever, and then hopefully you meet your deadline and you're ready to go for the first day of shooting. And realistically, all that behind the scenes work is still going on while filming begins. So
repairs and stuff like that.
Yeah,
right?
repairs and even just depending, if you're filming for, I just did a project this year that was 6 months. So it was as we were filming, I was okay, now I'm prepping for 3 weeks ahead and constantly, because you can't do 6 months of work ready for week 1. That's impossible.
Oh my God.
So, it's a constant.
And more or less, what is the time frame? Let's say while you're reading the script, then getting your costumes, even your set design, because sometimes you do 2 at once.
I have had projects overlap. I'm really trying not to anymore because it's hard. I'm trying. It's so hard to say no. It's hard, but I really am trying not to overlap my projects as much anymore, just because you end up just running yourself into the ground, and that's not fun. And also, I think your work suffers too, right? Because you're so tired, you can't be as good as you want to be, and that's not fun either. So.
And also I believe it's a matter also of immersing yourself in a specific project. When you're following, you're creating, so it's good to feel the vibe and be there.
Absolutely.
If you have to split yourself on 2 completely, let's say, opposite project, it's going to be probably hard on that one, I think.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, sometimes you don't have a choice and things will overlap, and with contract work, you just gotta kind of squeeze them all together somehow. But I try to keep a reasonable pace.
Oh, nice. And what's the best set you've designed?
Oh my goodness.
The one that you like the most.
The one you like the most, yeah.
The one that I like the most. I think it was actually a theater play. We did a show that was kind of Wes Anderson inspired, and I love Wes Anderson, so that was super fun to do.
Oh yeah.
I can imagine.
I mean,
And costume design, because I can imagine like some of the actors that come in and out that you have to fit. I never got a call, by the way, Liz. Okay, just saying.
you mean like working with actors and stuff?
Yes.
Yes. It could be touchy. I mean, it's a weird job because you're entering their personal bubble, like, and some people are not comfortable with that. So you have to be like very respectful of that. The way you're dressing people, like some people just don't like to wear certain things, or just have personal issues with their own body, and so you just have to be really respectful and try not to step on people's toes. But at the same time, you're trying to create a vision that the director wants, and you're basically trying to balance everyone's feelings and opinions, and so it could get very personal sometimes, for sure. But I've been quite lucky, and most of the people that I've dressed have been like lovely, and like just willing to really like dress in the craziest stuff just because they're like, all right, I'm here, this is my job, let's do it. And that's always fun too.
Oh yeah? What productions are those?
And I have a question, like, professionally speaking, what was and what is maybe your biggest fear?
Oh my goodness, professionally speaking? Failure.
Failure in what? Like,
I feel like I've always been very like hard on myself to do the best that I could do all the time, and like I never want to fall short of that. So I do put a lot of pressure on myself. Just not that I'm a perfectionist, but like I just always, I do want to put my best foot forward because it's my name that's going out there, and it's what people will remember you by, and how you get more contracts and all of that. So failure, but like not on the global sense of life and everything. But it's just like I do want to do well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so when you focus on any project, do you wish to remain just locally or just within Quebec, or do you have another aspiration? Do you have a vision for yourself?
I think like right now I've been working a lot in Quebec, and it's nice. Like I have done a few things of like stay at a hotel for a week and whatever, but it's all been within Quebec, which is kind of nice because like I do like my home life. Like I used to want to like travel and do big American productions and stuff, but having seen a little bit of what American productions are, it's just like it's exhausting. I think I don't know if that's like my goal anymore. Like if you would have asked me 5 years ago, I probably would have been like, yeah, I really want to do that. But then having seen what it is, I'm like, oh, maybe I don't want to do that. Like, I'm good.
I'm good with 6 hours on set, not 24.
Well,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they're very long.
It's a thing.
Yeah. And in terms of the sets that you're on now, I would imagine you have to be there really early.
Yes. I'm in two of the departments that are there first. So either like in the art department, you're usually there super early setting up the set, or
Sarah? She wakes up very early.
Very early.
Very
Still
early.
do it all the time.
Yeah.
And then in the costume department, as well as hair and makeup, you're also there super early because the actors have to be ready. So, I mean, as an actor, you're like there, you're like 5 a.m., let's go.
5 a.m., try 3.
Yeah. Well, for sure. So I wake up at like, I would say 4 a.m. regularly. And it doesn't get any easier.
I feel like throwing up.
It doesn't get any easier.
You come back home after, right?
Oh my god.
Bunny comes back home for
Yeah, exactly. If I get there at that time, it's like, yay!
But you have to have the espresso first.
A few of them, yeah.
Oh God.
That would be my nemesis.
Bourbon and espresso.
I could do it once or twice, and then after that, it's like, no, I'm done. I'm out of here, man.
Yeah.
Well, then when they're paying you like $30 million for the movie.
Okay. Pay me $30 million, trust me. Okay,
You'll be up before.
I won't sleep for 30 million days. I don't care. But whatever.
Red Bull. I couldn't say, but whatever.
Yeah.
I think that
energy drink.
Yeah.
You know, on the set they have the breakfast.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I love it. That's my favorite.
I love it too.
Lisa became an actress for
Just for the food.
breakfast.
No, but
What are we having?
honestly, it is so nice. And like even sometimes when I'm just setting up something or doing something, someone coming over and be like, do you want me to get you a coffee? It's like the nicest
What,
thing.
you
Like,
say no?
I'm like,
Get it.
I'm so tired and like just like sad to be up that early. It's a nice thing.
I know that the table's all nice.
Oh
and
my
you have
God,
Lisa
good-
gets a call from the
Yeah.
director. Hi, you want to be part of this film? What's in the buffet?
Yeah. What are the snacks?
Is it at like 7 a.m.?
providing the gathering.
But they have good snacks.
They do, they
They
do.
And
They
the
really
lunches
do.
are like, never
Yeah, lunches are
mind.
good. Like it's fun.
That's the difference between the musicians and the.
Yeah,
We're lucky. Like when we do weddings, generally Italian people for sure. They like
for
to
sure.
feed the crap out of us, so
For
that's
sure.
okay. But like a lot of times we're at hotels and stuff like that, and all we do is see a bunch of rich people eat tons of amazing food, and then they put us in another room
And then give you, like-
hired help, and we're like
Yeah.
egg sandwiches, kind of
Sliders.
thing. And it's okay. I don't
Yeah, yeah.
mind. It's just like you're looking at like braised beef coming out with
Yeah.
these amazing extensive
You're
dishes.
like, that's not
and
for
you
us.
got your
Yeah.
little couscous in a. Hey, this is good.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
a turning question.
Yeah.
So if you would be able to change something in the industry, but in your field, what would you like to change?
The hours.
The hours for sure. And it's something I think that people are talking about more and more, just because like there is a general wellness issue in the industry. Like a lot of people are burning out and leaving the industry because they can't do the hours anymore. And I understand that if we do more hours in a day, people get bigger paychecks and we get more projects done, which means you could do more projects and get more paychecks. But it's gotten to a point that it's like not healthy.
There was a documentary done by a director on
Oh,
that,
yeah?
because there were people dying, people like driving from one place at
Yes.
night, and a couple of person died because of that, because they couldn't
Absolutely.
sleep. So on that, I don't remember the director. We actually interviewed other director, and we're trying America and US to change that.
Yeah.
Because there's a law that actually there's no law you can keep doing. I don't
Yeah.
know. There's kind of like
I mean, the unions put rules in place that like you're not supposed to work more than X amount of hours or whatever. But the thing is that these big budget corporations could pay off all the union dues. So like you end up making like time and a half and then double and then and they have the money, so they just pay it. And then people are doing these crazy hours and are getting in accidents and stuff. And it's like, for what? You know, like
Exactly.
at the end
why?
of the day, if
Yeah.
you're that, you cannot definitely enjoy your paycheck.
For sure.
Well, who's that actor that accidentally killed a guy? The gun went off.
Alec Baldwin, no? Alec Baldwin?
Oh yeah, that's right. I mean,
Was that because of a prop? Was
Yeah,
loaded
it was
instead of
yeah, but
was
fatigue.
no?
I'm sure fatigue.
Probably,
has something to do with
probably,
that, right?
just-
Because you would normally check. I've got a gun.
Yeah, but it's not the actor that who supposedly has to check.
It's the
like
props.
the
It's the-
the
Yeah.
person
Someone
in
was
charge.
tired.
That's right.
Someone, I'm
But
sure, was tired.
like easily could have been that for sure, because like you start to cut corners because you don't have the time to do it all, and like it can be very dangerous, and
Yeah.
there's no reason like ultimately like yes we're on a deadline, but like really,
You really
putting
wanna
people's
on the
lives,
deadline,
you know,
like,
like well there you go. Yeah.
Well, that's
very sad
Yeah.
joke. But
It is.
but no.
But I mean, no, but you're absolutely right, because you're also doing props, right? So you
For
would
sure,
know what
yeah.
is involved in that as well.
For sure.
In terms of taking your time and just because it is. I mean, you get exhausted. You're exhausted on a set. I mean, I remember I was on a set for it was a U.S. one. It was Days of Future Past, and it was
Oh, I
14
worked on
hours.
that.
Yeah, it was 14 hours on set.
Yeah. I believe
And
it.
you're sitting there and you're going, the hair, the makeup, 3 a.m. I was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure,
we're
it's
going to
hard.
take a bus. Yeah. Okay. Call me when you're there.
Oh
you know?
my god, yeah, no, for sure.
You know, that was rough. But for you guys too, because those are huge sets.
Oh, they were huge. I did props for that actually, and I wasn't too much on set. I was like mostly in a prop shop working on it. But even at that, like, I mean, I think our hours were a bit more scaled back because we weren't on set, but still, like the amount of work we were doing, and it was just like it was a crazy summer.
It was
a crazy
That was
summer.
nuts. No,
I
no.
mean, I'm very like proud of like the props I got to do, and then watching the movie, I was like, oh my god, like you actually see the stuff that I worked on, so that was really cool. But it was a hard summer for sure.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was
that was
intense. It was intense.
Yeah, that was fun. That was good. Though.
Yeah.
The star that you met that you were so happy to. I mean, there are some advantages besides, of course, many.
Besides
but,
the people on Let's Talk It Out, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we're definitely the stars there.
Thank you. But besides us, like, who really like, was like, you know,
so-
a crush for you, like someone you really like to meet?
I got to work. Well, I'm a big Star Wars fan, and I got to work with Daisy Ridley, who's like the lead of the newer series. So that was really cool. And when my boss told me I was going to work with her, I was like, oh my god.
Oh, nice.
So then I like put on my work face and then went to work, and I was really like calm about it. But inside, I was very excited.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was cool. She was very lovely.
Yeah. Oh, who else did you meet?
Who else did I meet? So because of
Mini
the
crush, like,
I've never got to meet like a celebrity crush.
ah,
I mean, I guess I'd have to think about who that would be.
who maybe like was like, oh my god, this guy is.
Yeah. But the thing is, so because of like the hierarchy of stuff and most of the bigger American films that I worked on, I was like obviously lower on the chain. It was like my boss I got to work with them, you know? So like on Days of Futures Past, like the props I made it to the hands of like Hugh Jackman and like Jennifer Lawrence and stuff, but I didn't get to hand them over, you know, because there is a hierarchy. And,
Okay, yeah.
But then watching the movie, I was like, oh my god, that's mine. I made that, you know, so
That's my whip.
you get to
Like,
geek out
you
after.
get to keep that after the movie.
Do I get to keep it?
Yeah.
No. I mean, the productions, like, if you wanted to make things disappear, you probably could, you know,
Okay.
leave with them.
Yeah.
But,
No, you don't do that.
but also, like, when I was
Because they sell them for a lot of money.
oh, for sure.
Right?
For
So
sure.
it's like,
Well, they
why-
auction,
Because they've been
Well, you did
touched
the
by-
work.
they
That's
auction
it.
off
We're going to
stuff,
start
yeah.
another change.org.
But it's the property of the production. So I'm
'cause they
sure
paid for it.
they either, like, put it in a warehouse or auction it off for, you know,
But because
charities,
they
I
paid
hope.
for that, they paid
For
you
sure,
to
they
make
paid.
that.
Yeah.
So.
It belongs to them. In the end, it belongs to
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
You know, I remember when I was doing the costumes too, and when when the costumes, the racks and the
Oh my
racks
God,
and the-
yeah.
I pity you guys. Like
It's heavy.
Oh, I got you have people walking in. You're like, okay, and then you have to label all the costumes.
Yeah.
I pity you, man. I walk in and see all those people like.
and like after a long day of filming, like no offense to the actors, but like things get really sweaty. It's
Yeah.
kind of gross. Like it is.
She's like, Hugh Jackman, such a nice guy. But man, he stinks.
It's just like you're picking off these super wet clothes, and like it's just part of the job, so you got to do it. But yeah.
Or some people be like, you know what I mean? Oh, that's just gross. That's just gross.
This is Hugh.
That guy's buff, man.
Yeah.
Never your mind. Yeah, but it's you really have to be passionate about it. In
For
terms
sure.
of even sewing, like if you're sewing a costume,
hard.
what's the best costume you've done? Let's just start
That
with
I've
that.
made.
That you've made.
Oof. I don't know if I could like pick out one. Like I like doing period stuff, obviously. So like any chance that I've had to like make something like period, or I don't know specifically one costume, but like I've gotten to do some musicals like Hairspray. It's like set in the 60s, so everything was super colorful and like 60s cuts and all these beautiful things. And like I've done the musical Cabaret, which is like 1920s, and like so like that's the type of stuff that I really enjoy making.
Really?
Yeah.
And in terms of film, let's say, or film and TV, because you see all the westerns and stuff. Have you ever had a chance to do something?
I've never done a Western. That would be really cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Or a period piece in terms of turn of the century or Renaissance.
Yeah, no, I've never to that degree. I've never worked on a television show like that, but I think that'd be a super cool experience. But also like incredibly hard, but a good challenge in a good way.
I think for this period, like costume, there are also this archive and stuff where you can take some.
Oh, for
something,
sure, yeah. So
Specific for the costume, maybe the props, no.
We
With lots
have,
of
yeah.
costume like that, like.
For sure, there's
17th century costume is very hard to make by scratch.
Yeah.
Unless you're Rosella O'Hara and you take the curtain and you create.
I have made costumes with curtains before.
Really?
Yeah, just for fun. Like I went to like
Steph, no one of those fans who had looked at tablecloth.
Oh, Scarlett, sorry, not Rosella.
Yes,
because in
Scarlett.
Italian it's Rosella, but it's Scarlett. Scarlett.
Scarlett O'Hara, yeah. Yeah, just like I went to a thrift store and like there was some reasonable fabric and it was cheaper than buying fabric at a fabric store and I had to make a costume. So I was like, well, grab it, you wash it, and you make a costume.
Oh my God. So you're really the visionary, so that they're giving you the tools and you have to go out and the tools, they're giving you the instructions, let's say, and you have to go out and you have to do it. So that's a lot of trust that they have to have in you.
For sure. I mean, your job is to take their ideas and turn them into something physical, right?
Yeah.
So that's why, again, like communication is so key. You have to really understand what the director wants and the producers and everything wants to be able to deliver that, because you need to take that information and translate it into a physical thing, be it a costume or a prop or set, whatever.
Oh my God. And that, I believe, it comes with experience to learn that type
For
of
sure. I think every project I've done, like I learned stuff. I've always like I love learning and doing new things all the time, but like for sure, like every project you could take something from, you know, and grow, and if not, then like what are we doing it for, you know?
Exactly.
And advice is to people like who wants to pursue your career. What would you give? 3 advices.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Oh, sorry.
That is a really good question. I think one of the most important things is to learn to work with people. Like you absolutely need to learn to like check your ego at the door. It is not about you. It's not about what you want.
Oh, that would never work for me. Okay,
No, but it's very much it's collaborative. Like whether you're working in theater or film or television, it's collaborative, and you need to learn to work as a team. Yeah. That's like the biggest thing for me.
Other two?
Another two, yeah. I guess learn like not the history of film, but like learn your resources and your inspirations. It's like super important to know what has been done before to be able to grow from that and like, yes, take from that, but in order to like create new, you know?
This is every form of art, like paintings,
for sure,
music, like references.
Yeah, you need to know your references, and often in those meetings, like people are gonna dull out references, and if you don't know what it is, jot it down quickly and look it up right after the meeting, because like you need to know these references, and then I guess my third thing would be just don't take it too seriously and have fun with it.
Okay, that's nice.
That's a good one. Yeah, that too.
Because we can get wrapped up and put a lot of pressure to like, I need to do better, I need to do more, and you'll get there, you know? You'll get there.
I think that's when magic happens, is when you're actually having fun with
something.
For
Absolutely.
sure.
Otherwise, it's only stress and pressure and
Stress, I mean, it can help a lot of people, I find, but I also find it could harm a lot of people too,
sure.
right? Because if you forget the fun part of it, you're doing something you enjoy, and if you're not enjoying it, if you're stressed, you're not enjoying it.
Also, it get boring, you know?
Yeah.
Because at the end, you don't like what you do, so when you wake up in the morning and you go there...
It's a tough balance to find. Yeah. And I think that's where they say, you know, experience is priceless. I think experience brings upon figuring out that balance between stress and having fun with it, and you know, getting the best out of you, kind of thing.
For sure.
But that's it, because you've been doing it for so long, it definitely comes across in your work, let's say, I would imagine.
For sure. I mean, you'll see if someone's not having fun, it's not going to be the work will not be as good, because like their heart's not in it. But then when you see someone who's like so passionate about what they do, like that's where, like you said, where the magic happens, right? Yeah. I think passion is important.
Have you ever had a team that you've worked with where there was that one person that was difficult to collaborate with?
I mean, you'll come across those people. You'll come across grumpy people, and like some people, like because of the demand of the industry, I think it can be exhausting, and it can wear you down. And like, unfortunately, you will come across people who have been worn down, and you see it, and you're just like, you know what? Like, maybe you need to find another career. No, but just, you know, take a break, remove yourself from that, and like figure out if that's what you really love to do. Because most of the people in arts are in it because they love it. So,
exactly.
And like, we want to be excited about what we do, right? So.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, definitely the arts. It's like if there's not the love for it and the passion, what the hell is there? The hours suck. I don't want to say the pay sucks, but
it can.
It can, right? You got to do your time before you might get paid, and you never even know if you will, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like the only thing that's good is that you're happy daily because you're doing what you love. You know?
Absolutely.
So, man, if you don't have that, forget it.
Yeah.
It's really
Right? Hard.
And in terms that we were talking about, know your references. What are yours?
What are my references? So, like, when I was younger, I thought I was like costume, and I have like grown from that. But I've always like been obsessed with certain costume designers. So like Colleen Atwood, she does all of the Tim Burton films. So all like
Nice.
She won also,
Yes.
I think.
she's won many Oscars. Yeah.
Exactly.
So she does a lot of period pieces or like kind of weird fantasy pieces. So she's like one of my favorites. Jacqueline Duran as well does all of these like gorgeous period pieces. So like I think a lot of my inspirations are just these big Hollywood costume designers, and like though I don't work at that scale and I don't have those budgets or whatever, it's just the detail in their work is so inspiring. Even runway stuff as well. Like I love like Jean-Paul Gaultier, who
Nice.
does like crazy
Very
weird
theatrical.
stuff, very theatrical. So again, back in the theatrics
Probably
and
loved
everything.
also John Galliano when he did like the Dior, like he was in charge of Dior. It
Dior,
was
yeah, for sure. So, I mean, like, if you scroll through my Instagram, it's all like fashion and costume and like,
Nice.
or even art direction and stuff. And I mean, you never know where you're gonna find inspiration. So,
And in terms of set design,
I don't know many names off by heart, honestly. So, I mean, I did say Wes Anderson before. I know he's not the designer, but his aesthetic is something that I'm always obsessed over.
there is like this, I think a couple of set designer Italian that we've been winning Oscars. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah, but I don't remember. They do everything that it's like kind of epoch style.
Okay.
But I don't know. It's so bad. Like they're really like every time there's an Oscar for set design that they've
It's like
been-
an Italian. Oh, no.
Yeah, it's a couple.
Quick question, because Hollywood is always like you're not going to get in touch with an actor or any of these people. Now the behind the scenes, are they like, let's say the person who won the Oscar and who's your inspiration, let's say, I mean, it's not a known name. Like the average Joe doesn't know this
Right,
person, so she
yeah.
probably travels and does whatever. Is she accessible to people? Like
It depends.
or are they like really?
It depends. So I think some of the younger, I think it's generational designers and stuff that are out there, like they have their proper like Instagram accounts or whatever that you could try to write to them. They might not answer, but like you can access them. Whereas some of the older generation just don't have, they're not on the internet. They don't have social media presence.
So God bless the socials somehow.
Yeah, for sure. But I have like
But are they like snobby? Or are they?
Not necessarily. Like a lot of my friends do cosplay, so like they're super into doing costumes, and like I have like such incredibly talented friends, and the detail that they put into their costumes like has been noticed by costume designers. So they've had the real designers of the original costume like write a comment on their stuff. So like it's so cool what like social media could do,
Yeah.
That's so beautiful. Like for them, it must be super.
Oh my
great.
God, that's like the biggest compliment. It's
Yeah.
like the person who designed it is like, wow, you did a really good job. Like that's
And it's
awesome.
cool because like in terms of music as well, it's the same thing. Like you'll get a big artist, and like I was a big fan of Gloria Estefan,
Okay.
and to meet her, it's like it's impossible. You're not gonna a message.
Yeah.
But the dude who plays percussion with her played with my friend, so hey, I know the guy, and I'm like, I met him, I hung out with him, we had a few drinks together, like so open, and
for
he wanted to
sure.
hang out all the time, kind of thing. And it's like just because they're not big names, it doesn't, I don't know if it gets to their head, but they're average people that
For sure.
he'll come if I call him, he'll come and play with me, if
That's
he's free,
so
he'll
cool.
come, kind of
That's
thing.
super cool, yeah.
And I like that because sometimes I want to talk more to these guys than
For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
the
for
person
sure.
who's up there saying you can't get in touch with me, kind of
Yeah.
thing. I don't,
Yeah, those are the agents.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the agents.
no, I was
that
just
don't
wondering
like
if it's the same.
No,
in-
for
in
sure.
the-
But I think that goes back to like what we were saying with like passion. Like those people who are out there doing those things were like us, before they made it big or whatever.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly.
they were very passionate and hopefully still are. So if you want to talk about like music or film or whatever, like they're gonna nerd out with you, you know? Like
It's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same everywhere.
yeah, it is.
They're
It
getting
really
nerd
is.
out.
So, yeah, well, yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
But in terms of
Love
them
nerd out.
finding, let's say a production company wants to find you, do they reference you in terms of the work that you've done? How is it that they reach out?
Yeah, so it's a lot of word of mouth. So like every project that you do, you meet more people, and then like if you do good work, they keep your name and pass it along, or we'll call you up again. So at first I was just like putting out my CV to any production company. Like I heard like, oh, they're looking for people, whatever. Again, the internet is great for that. Like there's a lot of social media pages that post looking for people, and like that's a good place to start if you're just looking to get your foot in the door. But then after that, it kind of just snowballs. Like you meet more people, and so I haven't really had to apply for a job in a long time, which is nice.
Oh my god,
Very,
that's
very nice.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's fun. It's
Very
fun when you get
fulfilling
noticed.
too, because it's a feedback on your job
Exactly,
already.
exactly. And they'll give your reference to somebody, and then that person calls, and it keeps going.
That's so
Hopefully.
cool.
Yeah.
They're really cool.
Do you ever worry that no, you won't get that call? Because I know some people in the I know. 'Cause some people in the industry, they're like, are they gonna call me back?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think it used to stress me a lot more, like for starting out, because I didn't know as many people or whatever. But now I do know a lot of people, and I have like kind of made a name for myself within our small community. So I think I've been very lucky. I mean, I worked hard for it, but I've been very lucky, and like people keep calling. So now I'm kind of at a place where I'm like, you know what? I will get that next job. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of productions here in Quebec.
Oh my God, yeah.
They're like forever
Oh my
coming
God.
up with new ones.
Yeah, yeah.
That's good. It's a good business here.
Yeah, it really is. Like, especially there's a lot of American companies that come, but the French Canadian side is like huge.
Oh, yeah.
Really? Yeah?
So so I've been very busy with that.
Oh my god, that's awesome. So now we get to do our game.
Game time,
my goodness.
game time.
Yay!
Yay.
I have the questions here.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Okay.
I wrote the questions, but are you free to be in front?
can't be on the screen.
Why not? You're on the screen
I'm
like
not hired
in
for my good
10
looks
minutes
in this
later.
one, okay? Call my union.
Oh, for the love of God.
Okay, so let's explain. The game is called.
Rapid response.
Okay, come on.
Yay.
You know the podcast by now.
Yes, I do. But it's rapid response, but we don't really observe it.
No, it's called
So we
rapid
take
response.
our time.
Yeah.
You have to call it because I put the title at the bottom. It says rapid
Rapid
response.
rapid response.
There you go. You see it right there.
Like
So
that.
basically, Sierra's gonna ask a question, and
With their
you have a
energetic
few seconds to answer.
countdown voice.
and that's basically it. So we're gonna start by asking. Wait a minute, where am I?
Wait, are we
Okay,
all
we're gonna ask
playing,
Lisa-
or just
We're
me?
all playing.
We're all playing. Okay.
We're
okay.
gonna
Our
ask
questions
Lisa
are
and
different.
Francesca first. You'll see how they answer, and then you'll do the next one.
Don't even pay
Just
attention to how I
specific just
answer.
for you.
Yeah, the answer,
So,
the answers are.
I wasn't nervous, and now I am. I'm like,
No, it's really fun.
Okay.
You're gonna
So
see.
Sierra's gonna ask the first one for Lisa and Francesca.
that's
The
all
questions
right.
are weird.
I do them while I'm at my job.
Name 3 people you think are cool.
That's for you and I. Okay.
Okay. Well, I have them all here. Lisa, Stefano, and Roberto and Rigo that you cannot see it. But then we have more. Because we are Sierra. We have our amazing guest. So, yeah. No,
That's a
named.
boring answer.
No, this is come si dice una leccata?
Una leccata. Well, I don't know, but that's
In italiano, tu dici.
yes. Lisa, you have 2 seconds.
3. What do you have 2 seconds?
Yeah, whatever. You have 2
Why am I
seconds.
on a timer?
Because rapid response.
Oh, for the love
You
of
especially.
God.
You wrote the question.
I know. My daughter,
Uh-huh.
my mom, and I have 2 dogs. Can we put them both in one?
So what you're saying is I'm not one of them. Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah. Well, you're the runner-up.
You were already named
I'm
earlier.
after the dogs.
so
I'm the
like-
runner-up. I'm
By
after
the
the
way,
dogs.
by the way, is still Roberto and Rigo there?
Yeah,
Yes,
he is.
he
We
is.
just saw
Yes,
his
he
Yeah, we
hands.
saw his hands. Yeah.
He's there.
yeah, he was waving.
So that's the way the game. Now it's
Okay.
your turn.
And now
to-
the real, very
Now the-
terrible
now the
questions
important
are
re-
Now I'm
Exactly.
sorry. I put you on the spot. I'm sorry. I know what the questions are.
Yeah. it's like-
Name 3 reasons you would wear a blindfold.
Oh my goodness.
I know where she went. Right now, I know where she went.
Can we talk about that?
We can. We talk it out.
Yeah. Well, the bedroom.
I knew it.
To sleep because
if you were kidnapped,
Yes.
Oh, nice.
and
That's not morbid.
Or if you play being kidnapped.
or if you play being kidnapped. And why else would you wear a blindfold? A surprise party?
Nice.
See the
Good one.
cinematographic mind
see?
that's working
See,
there.
see the difference?
That's very good. Yeah, I
difference
had other
from
ideas.
spaced to with it. Shut
Good
up.
answers. Good answers.
Thank you.
I
thank
love
you.
the kidnapping.
So far, you won this game up to now. So I'm just saying.
Great. I love
Okay,
it.
second one. This is for Lisa and Francesca.
Name 3 things you tell yourself in the mirror.
Wait, Lisa, you're gonna be first.
3 things I tell myself in the mirror.
Dear.
I have a hair in my eye. I floss.
Do you tell yourself that? Like you look in the mirror
Yeah,
and
I'm
you
like,
say,
oh my
you-
god, I have a
hair
hair in my eye and I can't grab it. I see my lines from a script.
Okay,
Oh, that's
a
good.
good one.
That's a good one.
a
That's
good one.
right.
Okay.
Take that.
And one more.
And what do I say to myself when I look at myself in the mirror? Today's gonna be a good day. Ah,
Do you really say that?
I
Tonight's
do.
gonna be-
I do.
I don't think so.
Yeah?
That's like all bullshit.
To me, it's not really.
It's so not right.
I do.
Francesca, you have 3 seconds.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
Depending on the day, oh my god, I look terrible. Like other day, I say, oh my god, I really look cool. It's true. It's true. This is real in reality.
Yeah.
And another
He's laughing. He's like,
and another thing, very often, how do I kill this when I start touching
Oh
this?
no, we can't do that to
I just
ourselves.
like it was like, how can I kill it?
How do I
There's
get
a
rid
lot
of
of
this?
chat happening.
I just say why. I just look in the mirror. Why?
Why?
I agree.
And that's for everything. Why did I get this? Why?
But also, why am I so beautiful? Why am I
Yeah,
so
there you go.
sexy? Why
Focus on those ones. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. Anyways. Okay, next one. You ready?
Name 3 rain day activities.
Huh?
3 rain day activities.
Rain day.
Reading.
I know where you're going, Elyse. Get the blindfold out.
Reading. Watching a horror movie. But I mean, it doesn't have to rain. I honestly love horror. Yes.
Yeah.
And napping.
But what's your favorite horror movie?
Oh my God, that's so hard.
I know.
I think I'm just gonna go with the classic Halloween.
Me too.
Really? Oh my
Halloween and The Exorcist, I like.
Oh, I've never seen The Exorcist. I
No,
mean, it's on
That's
my list.
why I don't watch horror
Oh,
movies.
that's fair.
I was like fucking 14
That's
years
fair.
old. I saw that. And,
I
yeah.
didn't watch horror movies till
The
I was
Exorcist.
older because I was too scared. I was
Remember
so
The
scared to
Exorcist?
watch that.
Ah,
Yeah.
So
You know what
yes.
terrified me? It was the Michael Jackson Thriller.
Oh
I
yeah, that
died.
scared me. Yeah, that's scary.
Scared the
So
ever-loving
scary.
So awesome.
Yeah,
side of me, man.
yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
You never let me. Can I sleep in the bed with you?
Yeah, that's great.
For like 2 weeks, I think it was.
Yeah.
Because of the video, I don't blame you. Like, I honestly only started watching, I was probably like 18 when I started, or maybe 20 when I started watching horror movies. I would not touch them before I was so scared, and then I was like, this is the best thing ever. I love them.
Really? I hate that man.
Oh, really?
I love them. You know
I
what
can't.
creeped me out was Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one.
Oh, so good.
You know, and they were
Yeah,
saying you
yeah,
can't
yeah.
go to sleep, and
Yeah,
then when
and
you're
then
young,
you start
you're like,
having
I don't know what I'm
nightmares. I know. Oh my God.
Stop talking because I'm gonna think about it. No, really, I'm really like that. Then I'm gonna
Okay,
think
okay,
and
we
then
won't.
I'm gonna
No,
just,
no,
We won't talk about it
We
anymore.
won't talk about missing head or anything. No.
No.
Actually, some of the newer ones, I'm like, there's no way. Like when I saw the Blair, I didn't watch it.
I saw it,
Yeah.
the Blair Witch
There's
Project.
no way I would go on. No way.
No, but it's not. It
It's-
wasn't
it's
very
my
scary
favorite.
though.
Oh.
It's good, but you don't actually see anything. It's very psychological.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
it
it's
wasn't
Even worse.
very, very
Which
scary.
could be
I'm
worse.
in my head already.
Wait, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
It's like, yeah.
I like the paranormals though.
Oh,
They're based
yeah.
on a true story, The American Haunting,
my God, that's
The
so
Exorcism
scary.
of Emily Rose.
Yeah.
What's the next? Where were we?
No more horror. All right,
No, we're-
sorry.
Happy clowns, happy clowns.
What was the last question? Again?
Terrifying.
Okay, 2 more, and the next one is for Lisa and Francesca. Okay,
What am I doing?
you're answering this.
No, no, Lisa has the last question, no?
I just did the rainy day one.
Oh, yeah, there's 2 left. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Name 3 things that age well.
Me? Not kidding. Not kidding.
You?
No, I actually am kidding. Cheese, wine.
You don't eat wine.
No, I don't eat wine. I drink it.
No, it ages well, right?
Ages.
Oh my God.
Cheese, wine. Not that I would know the difference, but anyway. And what else ages well?
Can I say one?
Yeah.
Music?
Music ages well.
True.
Yes.
Very
Music
Movies
is
too.
really
Yeah,
ages.
some
Movies. Yeah. They age well. Yes.
Yeah. Well, Lisa, we're still waiting for the third.
I just gave it to you. I
Yeah.
give you 4.
Music.
Music was not yours.
I said movies.
Movies.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
so
was
you
mine.
stole it. You stole it. Okay. Francesca, you ready?
Me.
Because now
I
you're
age
stuck
well.
with.
Actually, you do.
Oh,
you,
thank
you
you.
do. You look fantastic.
I ate very well. Thank you to myself.
Thank you very much.
Jewelers. Jewels.
Jewels.
Yeah.
Jewels.
True.
Yeah, it's
They always
Yeah, for
like
sure.
True.
like that actually like unbreakable. They stays like they
Timeless. Yeah.
are. Even like the Romans one when they found some are incredible.
It's true, yeah.
And I say Rome.
Oh,
My city.
Nice.
Okay, you're from Rome?
Nice.
Okay,
Yeah.
very cool.
That
It
is-
ages well. It should age it better because honestly, it's really dirty and smelly. But let's say it's still there. The Colosseum.
It's
Obviously.
still
there.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Still beautiful.
So
for sure.
it ages well. It has ancient things. They're still there. So.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah.
Elise, you get the last one here.
Oh boy.
Name 3 things you will never do.
You
That I
go.
will never do.
It's good. Huh? I love
I would never go to space
Yeah.
because that freaks me out.
it. Me too.
What else would I never do? I feel like I'm pretty open to trying most things. So
I'm not going anywhere with that. Okay,
No.
I'm not saying a word.
yeah, well, no, I'm gonna just like turn red now. No.
She's gonna turn red.
No, what would I never do? Never is like a
I have a good one. Can I give a
yeah.
suggestion?
What would you never?
Go over the Niagara Falls
Oh,
in a
I
barrel.
mean,
Go
yeah,
what?
Over the Niagara Falls in a barrel.
but that would kill you, no?
Exactly. That's why I would never do it.
Yeah, but
That's a yeah.
bungee
Right.
jumping I would
Yeah.
never
Well, of
do.
course it's
I
fun.
wanted to, but then
I went
that moment passed.
I went skydiving 2 weeks ago,
Oh my
and
God.
for the first time ever, insane,
No.
insane. It was a lot
Would you
of
do
fun.
that? You love
I,
that?
I liked it. I mean, it's weird because you have like a minute of like the craziest like, oh my god, I'm falling out of a plane. But then as soon as the parachute opens, it's the calmest feeling.
Really?
You're floating
So
above the
you'll have
world.
those-
So that's
so
after you
weird.
come to.
But yeah. So it's like for a minute you're like, what is happening? And then you're just like experiencing one of the most beautiful, serene things you've ever
Wow.
experienced. So I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really cool.
And
you
it was
stop-
in tandem or by yourself?
No, tandem.
Okay.
Yeah. I would never jump out of a plane by myself. There you
Yeah.
go. There's answer number 2. Yeah, no, I don't think I'm made for that, but I need one more answer. I would
Number
never, I would never go hunting.
That's true. That's good.
I just don't think I could do it. I understand people who do it,
Yeah.
and I respect that. I just don't think I could physically do it. Like when I go fishing, I'm not able to take the fish off the line. Like my husband does it for me. I'm just like, ugh. So
Can you tell you something?
Yeah.
You know the worm that you put on?
Yeah.
I cannot even kill it. I
Oh,
tried
really?
once to go fishing, and the idea of killing that
Yeah.
that thing, I couldn't. So I just.
Yeah.
So can you imagine, like with the fish? Like
Yeah.
I never ride to this side.
yeah,
Like
there
it
you
was
go.
terrible. Like
Yeah.
already killing
Yeah.
the worm. I thought they were dead, but they're alive.
But they're
so
alive.
it's-
They're alive.
No.
And then I was thinking that must be terrible for them, you know, like.
Yeah.
And then you kind of put
Yeah.
them in the water, like.
I don't know how much they could feel it, but
Yeah, probably, but still, who
Yeah.
knows? Maybe
I don't
they
know.
feel it.
It looks
Maybe.
pussy when you
yeah,
punch
I've
them.
never done it with live bait. Like I just use lures, but yeah.
Okay, no, I did it like with, and I did it once. And
I'll
I
tell you
did-
something, Francesca. With a few bottles, you can do anything.
There you
when
go.
you're fishing and you have a couple of drinks.
I mean, that's the best part of fishing, right?
It is. It is fishing.
Sitting on the
What,
boat,
just fishing?
having
Who gives a
drinks.
shit?
Yeah.
Can you imagine hunting after drinking? Like it's better.
No,
not to
don't do
it.
that.
No.
Part of fishing, or it is for me. It's like
That
I
is
never really
fishing.
went, but
Yeah.
because I don't need to go in the water for what I'm going to do anyway.
For sure, that's true.
Oh my god! But when you jumped out of the plane, because
Yeah.
we did actually a podcast
Yeah.
on
When we were
Skydiving.
jumping out of the.
Skydiving.
No, I'm joking.
oh, we did
skydiving.
iSold.
Okay.
iSold.
I fly.
I fly? Okay.
And you have the tunnel, the interior tunnel, and it's like a free fall.
Oh, yeah.
It's in
okay.
Laval.
I want to do it.
Yeah. And he was explaining to us how it's done. Like it's the same thing, tandem, and they have it in the cylinder and whatnot. And it's just the idea. I can feel like my stomach going into my hair follicle.
Yeah.
Like just the thought, because it's like when you're going down a hill. You know when you're driving
But I
very
didn't
fast?
get that feeling.
No.
So that like stomach feeling of like a roller coaster or going downhill, whatever, it didn't happen because
Okay.
it's just like it feels like you're in a wind tunnel. Like the wind is so intense and you're just like, what is happening? I think I was too disoriented to like be scared or anything. I was just like, what is happening?
I'm falling.
Like, okay, I had to tell myself you're falling out of a plane right now. But like it was just weird. I don't know
Was
how to
it hard
describe it.
to jump?
So
The guy jumped for you?
because the guy kind of jumped for me, but what's really crazy was like I went because my dad asked me to go with him. Watching my dad jump out of a plane like seconds before me, I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, we're doing this now.
yeah. So I think that was like more shocking.
That's super cool.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
I know. He invited me to go. I was like, okay, let's do it.
If my
It's
dad
like
is
it's
doing
nothing.
it,
It's just
I
like
gotta
a
do
kid.
it.
Look, I'll do it.
Yeah,
and he
yeah,
just
yeah.
jumps out.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this
Is there?
is scary.
Does
I won't be able to
does
do
it come close to like? Because I have a little minor fear of heights.
So we went because it was my dad's friend's birthday, and he has a fear of heights and wanted to conquer it. So he decided to jump out of a
Did the
plane.
did it?
craziest thing of all.
So he did the craziest thing he could do, and he loved it.
You can jump out of a plane.
I think it's
Because I don't
different
think
though.
I think like the fear of heights is not there at that point. Like it's so
not
high up that it's not
that,
there.
that you
It's
don't
not like a ladder.
No,
that you're-
it's not. It's a different feeling.
Fear.
Like you will not feel that feeling anywhere else. I don't think anyway.
It's weird. I went to Vegas and we went to the Grand Canyon, right?
Okay.
So I did, Beaver Dam, and that's pretty crazy. But at the canyon, there's no railings around it.
Okay.
So I could not go like within 20 feet of the edge. Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
Like I got this feeling in my ass. I'm fucking petrified.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
But then we did the walk
Okay.
over the Grand Canyon. They have like a glass.
Oh, and you were
floor.
okay?
Not an issue at all. I walked there. I walked across. Everyone else was like petrified
Yeah.
to look down. I was like, no, I feel safe.
I
I'm
don't
good.
know, it's
I'm
strange.
so good right now.
Yeah,
Like jumping,
crazy.
but I couldn't go near the edge or even 10 feet from the edge. I was actually mad at people. There's kids playing, people taking selfies. I was
Yeah.
like, get the fuck away from there, man. You
Nah,
stupid."
for me too. I remember like I discovered I had fear of heights because I never had it. But then I was driving in France, dans les Gorges du Verdon. This gorge that are very, very high, the highest in Europe. And you have this very, very small, road that goes and with no rail. And I remember I rented a car. We rented a car. It was a big car. And then I started realizing that, and there was no turning back, like in 20 kilometers. And then I remember I was literally scared, and I had, when you have this feeling like I can throw myself out because the height's also calling you the vertigo, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have to be concentrated not to literally throw myself into the canyon and when we stopped to finally get back, I remember there was the seats of the car with the how do you say the imprinting of my ass because I was sweating so much and it was like I'm not joking.
Yeah, no, that's scary.
That's
Guys, you don't know. Like at the time I was smoking, I smoked like 5 cigarettes in 1 minute.
She ate the pack like it was a hamburger.
And not only me, like we're a group of tourists. Everybody was there. And then I
Wow.
read on, you have this guide, and it was written only for expert drivers.
Oh my god.
Shit.
And then I was like, oh my god, like I was dying. I really dying. I did it, but it was
scary
crazy.
for sure.
No, it's good. Like never go beautiful place. Never
But yeah, don't drive.
don't drive.
No
No
drive.
drive.
Walk.
So now I'm gonna go back to your set design.
Okay.
In terms of the set design, what are the 3 main skills you've learned?
Oh, wow. 3 main skills. I've learned to trust my instincts. I've learned to be a good communicator, and I've learned to be organized.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Sarah, you have to go into set design. Organized.
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 You have to be so organized.
I just got the wave. Either you were saying hello or
It's both.
Hi guys.
Actually, the podcast is over.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's already
That was
done.
fun.
Yeah,
it
that
was
was
fast.
Awesome.
See, the nerves just went down like you're jumping out of a plane.
There you go.
So we just like to thank you, Elyse, for coming on.
Well, hold on. Before we thank, where can we find you?
I was gonna go get to that, Banny.
Oh my goodness. You could find me on pretty much all social media platforms at Seems to be Elyse. So seems like a sewing seam, SEAMS, to be Elyse, ELYSE.
So cool.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's awesome. I like that one. That's creative. And you're also on. You're the Instagram. You're on Facebook. Are you on
Yeah.
TikTok?
I just started TikTok. I'm trying to learn it, but I've actually been trying to do TikToks of like the creative process and stuff, which I also post on Instagram. So if you only have Instagram, just go on Instagram.
Everybody TikToks once in a while, or
Yeah.
talks, according to Talk. And we also have to re-thank our sponsor.
Oh yes.
Yes. Nettoyage Diamant. Thank you so much for your support, for supporting Let's Talk It Out, and for making everything possible and everything clean. So I want to give again
The number.
the phone number of Anthony Paterno. Thank you so much. Is 514-686-1581. Thank you so much, Anthony. Thank you so much, Nettoyage Diamant. And contact them for any of your needs. And thank you so much, Elyse. Thank you so much, Lisa.
Thank you,
so much,
Francesca.
Francesca.
Thank you, Elyse.
Thank you guys for
Sierra.
Tell them where we
Thank
can
you,
find
Steph.
Let's Talk It Out.
Yeah.
You guys, come on, man.
I was gonna introduce yours, but
Yeah,
see,
yes, that's right,
You're
that's
gonna be
right.
after. We're gonna boot you in the back now. So Let's Talk It Out is on YouTube.
Yeah. And
We are on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts.
Amazon Music.
We are Amazon Music. Everywhere. We're everywhere.
Everywhere.
It's because that's where you want to be, is everywhere.
Even in the walls of your home.
Yes.
Be very
This is
careful.
very horror.
Be very careful. Be
We're
very Freddy's
watching
coming.
you.
Freddy's coming. So's Mike.
Don't answer the phone.
Yeah, don't answer the phone.
That's it. And we also want you guys to stay tuned for our brother podcast, which is Sessions with Steph. And that will be coming on soon. Although not soon for you, but soon for us, because we're going to watch it being filmed.
It's very complicated
Just
now.
every Wednesday.
And very
something comes out.
confusing.
Watch it, subscribe. That's
Yes.
what it is.
Watch it
Everyone.
this problem.
Watch it, Sabazu. There's no.
Ole.
Oh, we had to say. I was gonna say thank you to the alcohol. That's not.
Which there's no alcohol.
There's no alcohol. Actually, the wine itself is called. I can't see the label. Vin Zero,
Yes.
and it's a non-alcoholic wine,
And
which
it's
is very good.
Very, very good.
Yes.
It is very good, actually.
We have been sipping on it, and it's been quite tasty. And I think it's
from Belgium.
Hills. Em told me
It's from a place
it's from a place
that makes non-alcoholized wine.
on a hill.
And it's a really good
It
non-alcoholized
really
wine.
is good.
And
So-
we're filming from, did we mention in studio?
No.
And no,
We didn't?
I said, Steph, can you introduce it? But you don't listen.
I did. Okay,
As
well,
usual.
this is filmed. Our new set here is filmed from our artist friend M Vidmar,
Yes.
Emerge.3 on Instagram. He is so gracious to give us his space, and
Lot
that's
of
his
nice
artwork in the back. And he's honestly the best guy and
He
a
is.
really good artist, and we thank him for this.
Yes.
And also Rose Cafe, which is attached to this local.
Yes.
They sponsor us as well. They help us out as well, and they have amazing coffee. They have ice cream and all of that stuff. And that's on it's on Gounod Street in Saint Laurent,
Exactly. In
right
front
across
of,
from Jarry Park.
Jarry
Yeah,
Park.
nice.
Jarry
yeah.
Park. So you have your coffee, you have your ice cream, then you go to Jarry Park.
There you go.
You don't skydive
And you
there.
purchase
You
some
just
art.
walk. All right, guys. So thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you, Elyse. And we'll see you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.